The wedding guests froze in absolute horror as the young maid lunged across the grand ballroom, knocking the towering white wedding cake away just seconds before the billionaire groom took his first bite. Crystal plates shattered across the marble floor, the bride screamed in outrage, and everyone believed the maid had completely lost her mind. But when she collapsed to her knees with tears streaming down her face and whispered that the cake had been poisoned, the celebration instantly turned into a nightmare no one would ever forget. Before we continue this unforgettable story, please take a moment to like this video, comment below if you believe kindness always reveals the truth, share this story with someone who loves emotional dramas, and subscribe to Compassion Tales for more inspiring stories about hope, courage, and second chances. Morning sunlight poured through the enormous glass windows of the luxurious Ashford estate, where workers hurried to prepare one of the most anticipated weddings in the city. Billionaire entrepreneur Adrian Hawthorne had built an empire through honesty and determination after growing up in poverty. His success inspired millions, and today he was about to marry the elegant socialite Celeste Vaughn, a woman admired for her beauty and sophistication. Hundreds of influential guests arrived dressed in expensive suits and glittering gowns, believing they were about to witness a fairy tale wedding. Hidden among the busy staff was Marisol Vega, a quiet maid who had worked at the estate for nearly 5 years. Unlike the wealthy guests who barely noticed her existence, Marisol carried herself with quiet dignity. She had accepted every difficult task with gratitude because the job paid for her younger brother's education after their parents passed away. She never expected praise, only the chance to work honestly and build a better future. As the morning unfolded, Marisol noticed something deeply unsettling. While delivering fresh flowers to the private kitchen, she accidentally witnessed Celeste entering through a side door with an unfamiliar man wearing dark sunglasses. Thinking they needed privacy, Marisol quietly stepped back, but before leaving she noticed the stranger hand Celeste a tiny glass vial containing a clear liquid. Celeste carefully emptied the contents into the frosting prepared for the top layer of the wedding cake before hiding the empty vial inside her handbag. The stranger disappeared without another word. At first Marisol convinced herself there had to be a harmless explanation. Perhaps it was flavoring or an expensive ingredient she didn't recognize. Yet something about Celeste's nervous expression refused to leave her mind. The bride constantly looked over her shoulder before whispering to the pastry chef that no one should touch the top tier until the ceremony ended. The uneasy feeling grew stronger throughout the morning. Marisol remembered countless moments when Adrian had shown kindness toward the staff. He greeted every employee by name, helped one gardener pay for surgery, and quietly funded scholarships for workers' children without asking for recognition. To everyone else he was a billionaire, but to Marisol he was simply a good man who respected people regardless of their status. Unable to ignore her instincts, Marisol searched the kitchen after everyone left for the ceremony. Hidden beneath a tablecloth she discovered the tiny empty vial Celeste had failed to retrieve. Although she wasn't a scientist, a warning label with a skull symbol remained partially attached. Panic spread through her entire body. She desperately tried to alert security, but no one believed a maid accusing the bride on her wedding day. Some laughed nervously while others ordered her to return to cleaning before she ruined the celebration. The ceremony ended beneath bright blue skies as guests applauded the newly married couple. Cameras flashed while musicians played joyful melodies. Adrian smiled with genuine happiness, believing he had finally found someone to share his extraordinary life. Marisol watched from the edge of the ballroom, her heart pounding louder with every passing second. When the magnificent wedding cake was rolled into the center of the room, applause erupted once again. Adrian accepted the ceremonial knife and prepared to cut the first slice. Marisol realized she had only one chance left. Ignoring every fearful thought, she sprinted across the polished floor and threw herself toward the cake. The enormous dessert crashed to the ground before anyone could stop her. Silence filled the ballroom before chaos exploded. Guests shouted angrily. Security guards grabbed Marisol's arms. Celeste demanded that the maid be arrested immediately for destroying a masterpiece worth thousands of dollars. Many believed jealousy or madness had driven her actions. Barely able to breathe through her tears, Marisol begged them not to let Adrian eat the cake because she believed someone had poisoned it. Her desperate words stunned everyone into silence. Adrian looked into her terrified eyes and saw genuine fear rather than malice. Instead of dismissing her, he ordered security to stop and instructed the family physician to examine the remaining frosting. Within minutes, emergency laboratory equipment from the estate's medical wing confirmed everyone's worst fear. Dangerous toxins were present in the top layer reserved specifically for the bride and groom. Gasps echoed throughout the ballroom as guests stepped backward in disbelief. The investigation moved quickly. Security footage revealed the mysterious visitor entering through the kitchen entrance that morning. The hidden cameras also captured Celeste secretly adding the substance into the cake. Detectives later uncovered overwhelming evidence that Celeste had planned to inherit Adrian's fortune after arranging what appeared to be a tragic accident. The stranger was revealed to be an accomplice who had promised her unimaginable wealth in exchange for carrying out the plan. As officers escorted Celeste away in handcuffs, she no longer looked like the graceful bride everyone admired. The glamorous appearance disappeared beneath fear and regret. The luxurious wedding transformed into a painful reminder that appearances can hide the darkest intentions. Adrian stood motionless for several moments before slowly walking toward Marisol. Instead of seeing a maid who had interrupted his wedding, he saw the courageous woman who had sacrificed her own reputation to save his life. She had risked being fired, arrested, and humiliated because her conscience refused to stay silent. That kind of courage could never be purchased with money. In the weeks that followed, Adrian publicly honored Marisol for her extraordinary bravery. Rather than offering a simple reward, he established a charitable foundation in her family's name dedicated to supporting hardworking people whose acts of kindness often go unnoticed. Marisol continued living with humility, proving that true heroes rarely seek recognition. They simply choose to do what is right, even when the entire world stands against them. The story spread across newspapers and television, inspiring countless people to trust their conscience instead of remaining silent in the face of danger. Many realized that genuine character is revealed not during moments of comfort but during moments when doing the right thing comes with great personal sacrifice. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with your family and friends, leave a heartfelt comment below, and subscribe to Compassion Tales so together we can continue spreading stories that remind the world compassion still exists. Rose special request: before you leave, comment, kindness always wins, if you believe one brave act can change someone's life forever. Sometimes the greatest heroes are not the richest, the strongest, or the most powerful. They are the ordinary people who choose honesty over fear, courage over silence, and compassion over selfishness. On that bright morning, while hundreds admired a perfect wedding, only one humble maid saw the invisible danger ahead. Because she refused to look away, an innocent life was saved, justice prevailed, and the world was reminded that even the quietest voice can become the loudest when it speaks the truth.